let me give you an example of the Western mind. You ever looked up the definition of the word God? When you get a chance, go to a good dictionary and look up the word God and watch how confusing it gets. What you're face to face with is a society that has the inability to describe a reality because they have no experience with it. How can a man who never had experience with the divine tell you about the divine? He can only conjecture. This is why they came up with something and they made it so that it would be palatable to you. They gave you theology. You get to study it, but you'll never know what you're studying. But nowhere even in this do they give you a concrete definition of the reality that we all call God. It don't exist in the dictionary. They may say supreme being. They may say something that's the object of one's affection or devotion. But that was that 6 foot, well-built woman that I was loving. She became my God, according to their dictionary. You know what I mean? So the definition of the word, if you look at it, it has so many problems with it. That's just one example of realities that they cannot define. Love just happens to be one of them. But fear not. You have ancestors in Africa who defined it for you. They told us what love is. They didn't just tell us, they showed us what love is. Our ancestors showed us that love is giving, expecting nothing in return. Whoa. Nothing. Giving, expecting nothing. That's what they did for you. They gave expecting nothing from you because they love you. I'll tell you about something that happened in the 5th dynasty. King Wanda said, and there's a prophecy that we would be in this condition. They foretold that the children, their children, would wander off course. And they would need to find their way back home. So our king, Wanis, said, we're going to carve the medulla in stone in my pyramid so that for centuries to come, our children shall be able to read the roadmap that bring them back home. That was an act of love. They made great sacrifices, spent a lot of resources building monuments, mega buildings to leave evidence of how they lived. That was an act of love. They carved in stone, they wrote on parchment, they did everything they could to leave a legacy so that the lost children could find their way back home. And that was an act of love. They gave and they expected nothing from us. Nothing. So when I get in a relationship, let's bring this to a relationship. Giving, expecting nothing in return. First of all, that might seem impossible and unfathomable. That might seem like for a person to do this, he has to be Christ-like, right? Well, that's a true statement. To do that, you have to be Christ-like. Okay? Now, that's a whole other story. But we got to talk about this. In your relationship, I love using mine. My wife lives the way she wants to live, okay? She don't violate none of our agreed upon principles. However, she don't do things the way I like her to do things. Like, talk to me in a soft tone. You don't have to raise your voice at me when you're mad. But for 20 years, she's been raising her voice, okay? When am I going to accept that that's how she expresses herself? Because sometimes we fall in love with the face, the body, and everything else, and we don't want everything that comes with it. But love is, I love you. That means I'll take you and everything that comes with you.